The Amazing Digital Circus took the internet by storm in less than 3 days and was well received by everyone. Well,
So, what did you think?
Shoot me in the face.
almost everyone. With it comes a brand new story filled with mystery, existential horror, and pure insanity. However, what if I told you there is a lot of misdirection in this pilot? You see, it's my theory that Cain is actually not the villain in the Amazing Digital Circus, and there is evidence that proves this. Before we get into that, we must establish the world we live in, though. First and foremost, what is this world? The digital circus is what appears to be a virtual reality that is fully immersive. However, it appears that the circus is more immersive than we initially figured, as once the characters go in, they cannot come out. Just like straight up isekai. Now, it may be a Code Lyoko situation where they really are fully immersed. However, I do not think this is the case. You see, during this scene, we see for like a brief moment what the lab looked like before Pomni was sucked in. Either that or it's after she was sucked in. We really, it's still not entirely clear. We see a virtual reality set, but just a headset, nothing else. My first impressions is Neuralink. We all thinking it, I'm just saying, okay? It's scary and I don't know how to feel about it anymore. This means their bodies may still be in the real world, and if their bodies are still in the real world, there's a good chance that everyone is still physically alive. Now, there is a possibility that these digital avatars are not actually the original Pomni and others. It could be that they are just memory NPCs, like with the game Soma. However, for theory's sake, we are going to assume that this is not the case, and that each player in the digital circus are still physically alive and well and attached to this machine. I hope. This is important information to bring up because this establishes what kind of world these inhabitants are living in. Is it a closed-off world or is it an open world? In this situation, it seems to be open, and the Cain is the controller of this world. Now for character speculation. So we've established that Pomni and friends are living in an open world that is still connected to their physical bodies in some way. But for some reason, once immersed, they cannot leave. Memories are wiped, and they have a new body that reflects who they are on the inside. Take Pomni's design for an example. She seems to be an extremely detail-oriented person with a side of OCD. Such is her design with how extremely symmetrical it is, while at the same time whimsy. It kind of shows like she's able to make things work even if it's not perfectly symmetrical. She can still make it work to the best of her abilities. This reflects in the way her eyelashes are up one and then down on the other. Still keeping that symmetry, but if only in a sideways point of view. So whatever the scan is when they first arrive must go extremely deep into their subconscious minds. Now let's take a look at Cain's design. Cain is both the metaphorical and literal ruler of this world, but the question is he an AI or is he a human? Well, based on the design, a face consisting of nothing but set of teeth and eyes on top of his tongue, we can deduce he's probably just an AI. The major details I want to point out that proves this is how bare bones his design is. Like, there's not really much going on there. Even with that one character that's just literally a string and a happy and sad face, that still shows a lot more dimensional characteristics to that one person than Cain. Cain is literally just a mouth with eyes. He sees all, he can speak things into existence. He's his own thing. This leads us to ask, what are his intentions for said circus? Because, my goodness, he got a lot of power. Is this going to be a I have no mouth and I cannot scream situation, or what? Now, you'd be forgiven to think that this is a torturing world because, my God, it's so freaking colorful. I don't like it. It's like that one scene from The Walking Dead where Daryl is freaking just tortured by listening to that sickeningly happy music. I hate it. I hate that scene so much. Quite frankly, if I wanted to torture someone, I would put them in a world like this too. And Cain even goes through some really depraved things in this scene. However, I think this was intended to be comedic from Cain's point of view. Either that, or I bet you my whole crypto wallet that it was Jax who put that sick stuff in his head. I see you, you sick f***. Back to topic. It's because he ends his sentence with angel food cake, it makes him look like he's trying to be funny or lighten the mood. Keep in mind, all we have is one episode to go off of, so I'm taking a lot of liberties and nitpicking here. That said, if we look at the episode with a perspective that Cain is legitimately trying to keep everyone sane, we start to see a different picture than we may have seen initially. For one, Cain creates these adventures for the crew since escape is not an option, a futility that will cause people to lose their heads, and Cain doesn't want anyone to go crazy. However, if the objection was torture, why would he fix Ragatha when she was glitching out? If his objective was to cause pain, then he could have done this to everyone and still keep them sane to a degree. Cain even said he was going to make an escape door for everyone, but didn't for some reason. This is where we get into some crackpots, so buckle up. So here's how I think the timeline goes. Game designers wanted to create a game for children that was so immersive, parents could leave them at home without the need for supervisions. Side note, y'all be fucked up, you hear? This would explain why when people go in, they can't go out. It's like a safety lock that only the parents can pull them out whenever the kids go in. That way they don't have to worry about leaving the kids at home alone. They'll have their own kind of babysitter, which again, ya fucked. However, there was a bug. Test subjects reported having amnesia of past events. Names and other common info could not be recalled. However, when the team tried to pull the testers out, it didn't, or worse, it killed them. This led to the remaining testers to go insane inside the game, transforming into these beasts. It was clear that they needed someone to keep the testers sane, and this is where Cain comes in as an AI. Tasked with keeping the remnants sane, he is programmed with the administrative access to be able to control the world of the digital circus and create things to keep the players busy, until the programmers could figure out what is going wrong, at least. Years pass, the games aren't fun anymore, but they can't just give up hope. So Cain has an idea. They want to escape so badly, so why doesn't he make one? At least some kind of similar to the outside world, so that way people don't lose their hope. Obviously, the developers notice Cain doing this and freak out, like, are you crazy? Do you know what kind of damage that would do to a person's psyche? So the idea was scrapped unbeknownst to Cain and was written out of his code. This would explain why he was puzzled as to why he didn't finish it. At one point, the project was abandoned until one researcher, Penelope, that's gonna be Pomni because we don't know what her actual name is, an intern at her new job. She's trying her best, but she is not doing too well at her new job. She gets the idea to try proving her worth with one of their failed projects. She comes across a old unfinished project that the developers at C&A were developing. So Penelope tries to fix the game and figure out what the bugs were. Once she goes to test the game to see if what she did worked or not, she went in and she never came out. And you can put the pieces together from there. It's a sad reality of the situation, a bugged game with no way out. And Penelope didn't know what she was getting into, and now she's become Pomni as a result, with no one knowing that she's inside there. And that would explain why once she sees the rotten desktop of where she just was not even 10 minutes ago, probably makes her want to go completely insane. Well, at least would if she could remember why it made her want to go insane. And that's my theory on the Amazing Digital Circus so far. Thanks to my friend for voice acting that 2-second line. And yeah, if you guys like this, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.